He's no more there. I look at the door, I was knocking the door, I say, where are you, where are you? I need my money. My journey has never been easy. There is a happiness, there is also a disappointed, there is also sadness of my story. Well, let me start with, I graduated as a chemical engineer. I got into an American firm as a sales engineer. I worked very hard, and I was very happy that I was given, the probations, confirmation, much faster than a lot of peer workers. A year later, I was being headhunted into a European MNC as a regional dealer executive around the whole Southeast Asia region. Now, that was such a wonderful life of mine. At the age of 22, I could have my breakfast in Malaysia, I could have my lunch in Hong Kong, and when I woke up the next morning, I could have my breakfast in Shanghai. Hey, I was just 22 years old. A lot of my classmates were still studying, but I already enjoying the best life of mine. And I thought it was such a wonderful life. I am the king of my whole world, and at the age of 24, I was being headhunted into another company. I was a country sales manager at the age of 24, 25 years old. Now, that was where I started to think, again, I am the king. I have a lot of money income, and I thought that I command a big team of people. Hang on. A lot of people reporting to me. That was where the pitfall, that was where I started to crack. I still remember I was the best salesperson in town, but I was not good in leading a team of people. I still remember when I go into the office, there are about 30 over people reporting to me, of course, directly, indirectly. They started to ask me questions, how do I solve this problem? I don't even know where do I start. I was so clueless. I was like, hey, am I need to resolve this issue? This is not my expertise. I was clueless because I was being promoted too fast from a single contributor to become a people manager. I don't have the competency in leading a team. I still remember there was one day when I drove to the office, I feel the pain in my tummy. I was like, gosh, what are the problems I'm going to face? What are the questions my team is going to ask me? How am I going to solve this issue? I was not just about feeling the pain in my tummy, I was literally scared of entering the office. I feel that I was helpless. I still remember when I go to talk to my boss. I said, hey, boss, I don't know how to solve this issue. And he said this to me, straight into my eyes. He said, Lo Fang Kai, I pay you this amount. You have to give me a solution. Don't tell me your problems. I was even more depressed. I was also clueless. I don't have the solution, and that's why I'm asking for help. At that point of time, I still do not know. In the management, there's no learning. There's only contributing. Learning applies to when you're in universities. When you're in the workforce, you need to contribute to create values. And I still do not know about the principle of surviving in the workforce. You know what? Because I was too young. I was being promoted at a very young age as a sales engineer to become a country sales manager in a US company at the age of 25. My foundation as a leader, as a manager, was not strong enough. That makes me clueless. That makes me do not know how to solve the issue. So with that disappointment, with that helpless situation, I decided to quit the company without a job because I don't think I fit the job. I don't think I fit the money the company given to me. I feel that I'm not respecting the chair. So I tendered resignation without a job. I was lucky. Since I tendered resignation, there was someone, a relative of mine, decided to pump me the money for me to become an entrepreneur. So hey, a startup, how cool it is, right? So I said, maybe I should try become an entrepreneur. So I remember that was back in year 2005. I came in all the way to China. I traveled around the Zhejiang province, going all to the factories and asking for materials as a trading house to bring it to Malaysia to sell. I thought that I could be the best salesperson again, back to what I'm good at. Who knows? I failed again, simply because I do not know how to manage cash flow. I bought a lot of inventory from China factories, but I still do not have a means of selling it out. I still learned a lesson here is this. People respect me, people give me a chance of meeting them because I was then a top executive in the US company, American company, European company. But when you're first out as an entrepreneur, there is no resources at the back of you. It is just you. And who am I? I was just 25 years old, right? So there was one case I remembered. I sold a machine to someone, a dealer, in Batu Caves. And he actually promised to pay me the money after he collected the money from one of the universities. Well, because out of desperation, I need to sell my machine over to him. And when the day I need to collect money, I walk up to the second floor in the shop lot in Batu Caves. Out of my surprise, the whole shop lot has been vacated. He's no more there. I look at the door, I was knocking the door, I say, where are you, where are you? I need my money. 35,000, I remembered. To me now, maybe it's not a big money, but then, when I was 20 years ago, it was such a big amount of money. I nearly cried sitting at the staircase. I went back to talk to my investor. I said, I'm sorry. 35,000 was gone. And that was where the crack started again, that I'm not good in managing a company. Yes, I was not good in managing a company. I was not good in managing a team. I was not good managing a company, cash flow. I started to think, am I that useless? Maybe. But what should I do? Do I need to give up? Do I need to go on? I think life is not the end. I should go on. That's what I've been telling myself. But hey, sometimes we need to know what we need to know. We need to know when to stop. I decided to make a stop because I just do not think I'm fit as an entrepreneur. So for all the youngsters out there, be a startup entrepreneur is good. But sometimes we also need to know when to call it a quit. Because you have to remember, this is still not the end of your life journey. You still can come back when you're more prepared. So with the common understanding with the investor, I decided to liquidate the company. With the responsibility, I need to pay back the debts. So I worked very hard to pay back. Of course, he gave me some discount, whatever not, right? I move on. I managed to go into the corporate again. There was a case in 2008, I remembered. I go into the office. I remembered there was a very first day when I come into the office, right? So it was a subprime mortgage cases. I remember I stepped into the office. The very first day there was an envelope on my table. When I opened up the envelope, I saw there's a 40% pay cut in the letter stated there because of subprime, the new company have to cut my salary. And that was the first day. I was also, again, to my surprise, I said, how am I going to pay the bills for my family? I have a young girl that I just born, So, but of course, life needs to go on. I continue working, but of course, deep inside, I really wanted to leave the company because to me, it was not an alignment of my expectation because as a man, we need to make sure the months and bills have to be fulfilled. There's a kids at home. There is a wife. My wife is not working. She's actually a foreigner, then she can't work. So of course, there was also not so much of a good experience I have with that company. 4 months later, I made a move. What I learned from the process is this. Life comes with a lot of unexpected struggles. One by one, it hits you. One by one, it comes right into your face. But one thing I learned here is this. We should not give up. We should always have the faith in what we are doing. We are the master of our journey. We are also the captain of our soul. As long as we are happy, as long as we are passionate, as long as we are committed to the job that we are working on, we still can prevail. I'm going to tell you about how I prevail in the next phase of my career. So what I said just now was from 22 to 27. So there was a phase where I comes to the very down valley of my career, and I wanted to share with you that we can still come back when you know your self-worth.